Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM, 99.5 FM, The Jag. If you want to watch, you can look at video. I am here in front of cameras. You can see the video on the News Radio 710 WNTM Facebook page. Lots of video of me just standing here every now and again drinking coffee, looking confused from time to time. The president overseas. His reception in Poland was very friendly. He had a press conference this morning with the president of Poland. He talked to the president of Poland. He spoke to the people of Warsaw. The people of Warsaw seemed to like him. They chanted his name, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. He will go to Hamburg for the G20. Now, it's going to be different there. In Warsaw, people are happy to see Donald Trump chanting his name. In Hamburg, let's see, the latest news story out of Hamburg is that they are bracing themselves for potential violence. The protest is being called the Welcome to H word. I'm not going to use the word, H-E double hockey sticks. Welcome to H word protest by anti-capitalist activists. They have already had to use pepper spray and a water cannon to clear an unauthorized protest camp. And they're expecting 100,000 demonstrators there for 2 days of Group of 20 meetings. Think about that, 100,000. And of course, they're not all there anti-Trump. This is anti-capitalism. So it's not just Trump, although President Trump probably represents capitalism more than many other world leaders, just simply from his background. Some of the protesters expected to be peaceful, but many of them anarchists. And we've seen this in our own country, where people show up, and it's hard to figure out what they're protesting, why they're protesting. They just seem to enjoy breaking things, tearing things up. So that's going to be a big difference between Warsaw and the reception President Trump got in Warsaw and what is going to happen there in Hamburg. So it should be some riveting news coverage out of these next couple of days. All right, there's more to come. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the nines, and then more Uncle Henry Show.
Time-saver traffic from the Dean McCrary Porsche Traffic Center.
Roadwork in Mobile has St. Louis closed between Conception and St. Joseph. That project is expected to run through tomorrow afternoon. This is for utility work related to the new federal courthouse. No big accidents or breakdowns for Bayway drivers this morning. Has been a pretty quiet, uneventful trip between the Eastern Shore and the Wallace Tunnel. With time-saver traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
Hello and happy Thursday. We've got a quiet start, a warm one, but temperatures will climb into the low 90s by this afternoon. And just like Wednesday, mostly sunny skies early will start to cloud up by late morning as the showers and storms develop, about a 30% chance, and those that develop will move inland along with the sea breeze. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart Radio station.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation. Join the T.J. Martell Foundation in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn more.
Are you struggling with your mortgage payments? Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about your options. Or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Traffic updates every 10 minutes on the 9s every morning. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I did watch Local 15 News last night and saw the story about flesh-eating bacteria. Some lady claims that she was in the water near the Fairhope Pier, and she had like cut her hand or something reaching for some bait or something and ended up getting in the water and flesh-eating bacteria. And so that was a story that flesh-eating bacteria, be on the lookout, be careful, don't be wounded in the water because of the flesh-eating bacteria. The story got my attention, though, because Local 15 sent a reporter to interview people on the Fairhope Beach. And when stories like this are done, there's always somebody that's not afraid of whatever the threat is, no matter what the threat is, which I'm glad. How could we have ever settled this country with people who were afraid? And Local 15 did find at least one person on the beach not afraid of having her flesh eaten by the bacteria.
This beach has been here forever. It is what the public puts in it. But no, I don't worry about the bacteria thing, you know.
Okay, so she's not worried about the bacteria thing. We need that kind of attitude in our lives. We need that. We need to have bravery. Usually when these stories are done, there's always somebody there that is the brave person that is not worried about the bacteria. Just like, and I've got it in my archives, I've saved the audio all these years. There was a story a few years ago. Somebody was mugging people in big box store parking lots with a crowbar. Do you remember the person that was hitting people with a crowbar? And they did find the lady that was not afraid of being hit with the crowbar.
I ain't afraid of nothing.
Okay. She may be related to the lady that is not afraid of the bacteria.
This beach has been here forever. It is what the public puts in it. But no, I don't worry about the bacteria thing, you know.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that I wish I had some of that in my DNA. I'm probably the one that's going to be careful. And it'll be the braver person that goes into the water or goes shopping even though there's a crowbar person out there. All right, look, we have more to come on the Uncle Henry. Many other things to get into. I haven't been on the air for several days, so there's so much to get caught up on. And we'll do that as we continue here after we hear from some of our sponsors and also traffic and weather again for you, which we do every 10 minutes. Remember that you can catch up on all the audio or video of the show at our website, newsradio710.com, via podcast or even just watching the video that is put up there, and that'll be put up later today. Again, that's newsradio710.com. Back in a moment.
Smart Home America is a local nonprofit set up to help Gulf Coast homeowners learn how to save money. Learn how to shop for homeowners insurance and get the right coverages. Learn how to re-roof your house with a fortified roof that's safer and can increase your property values. And learn how to save all the time by being more energy efficient. You'll find information and resources at smarthomeamerica.org. Build a stronger home, save money, and get the right insurance with smarthomeamerica.org.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I impartially shopped the highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $26 a month.
And we're back here on Facebook. Hey, Facebook, just a small number of you watching on Facebook. James Eubanks. I don't know what's the angry emoji for. I hope that nothing was said upsetting anybody involved in the fireworks industry, because I am in favor of blowing things up as often as possible. Now, I want to hear something. This is just between us, me and the small, teeny tiny number of people watching the video right now. There's a report. I saw this listed, and I want to hear what it is. A Southern California company is developing what's being called the drone killer. So let's listen. What is the drone killer?
The company based in Orange County put on a demonstration for law enforcement agencies Wednesday, showing them how easy their technology can get rid of civilian-piloted drones from fires or crime scenes. The drone killer is a gun that interrupts the signal from the drone to the remote and commands it to fly back to where it came from or make it crash. The drone killer comes with a $15,000 price tag, and several departments have already made the purchase. I'm Jason Campadonia, NBC News Radio, Los Angeles.
$15,000. $15,000. All right, now the drone killer. See, I see these stories. There was a story a couple of weeks ago. Some woman is in her backyard and she's sunbathing, even though dermatologists would advise you not to do that. She's laying in her backyard in her bathing suit, and a drone comes hovering over. Somebody's got a camera, and they're looking at her. See, I don't think that ought to be allowed. I don't think that should be legal. You should not be able to take your drone and look at a woman in her bathing suit in her backyard. I just don't think that should not be legal. So this woman ought to be allowed to have a drone killer device. Now, we've already had the thing months ago. We saw that you can shoot a net at drones. I don't know that it's legal for you or me to do it, though. But you should not be able to look at people in their backyard using a drone. So this technology, in fact, I ought to be able to set something up, look like a little TV antenna on my roof, that if a drone comes near my house, that it has to turn away. It automatically gets told, something like that. A drone deflector, a drone shield. I don't believe in drones being able to look at people. I'm fully clothed in my backyard, but it's still none of their business what I'm doing. And I'm not doing anything bad back there, but it's none of their business. All right, stand by. We're going to go back to radio.
Early afternoon storms. In between the raindrops, it's going to be hot and humid with a high of 91 and a heat index above 100. We're quiet tonight and warm in the mid-70s. Then storms are back on Friday, especially in the afternoon. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
News? Check. Traffic and weather? Check. Opinions? Check. This is the Uncle Henry Show, only on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. 99.5 FM The Jag. Back on the air after an extended tacking on some vacation, 2 days that were already mandatory that we take off from the company. Let me bring Ariel in. I have not had Ariel on a lot today. And Ariel, I'd like to talk to you about Independence Day. We have not been on the air together since the Independence Day holiday.
Right.
Your family, now you mentioned that there was going to be cooking out, grilling out, and there was going to be fireworks. How did it go? How was your family gathering?
The fireworks actually never happened because we went outside and we built a do-it-yourself s'mores bar. So after everybody got all that rich, sugary goodness into their system and the heat kicked in, everybody was like, let's just go in the house.
Do-it-yourself s'mores?
Yeah. Like my sister, I found out yesterday it's called Sterno. I was calling them candles. Apparently, you are not supposed to burn Sterno like candles. Who would have thought?
So you took, I guess the combination is graham cracker, marshmallow, and chocolate?
Right. But one of my brilliant sisters, instead of getting plain chocolate, she got cookies and cream chocolate. Like, that is extra rich chocolate.
And then you held it over open flame.
Toasted the marshmallows and put it on the graham cracker chocolate combination and ate it.
And after that, nobody wanted to stick around and blow anything up.
No, because s'mores are very, very rich and very heavy, and that combined with heat is just like, all right, we're all done here. We're done here.
So are there leftover fireworks? Does your family have a supply now?
Yes, there's a supply.
For the future.
Exactly. And there's some left over from like last year that we were supposed to pop this year, but my father, who, again, OSHA certified safety inspector, was like, there's no way you're popping fireworks from last year. So I have a feeling that these fireworks, again, will go to waste.
Okay, so everybody was very safe.
Everybody was very safe. Yeah, you can't be unsafe with the dude who's OSHA certified looking over your shoulder like, don't do that, that's unsafe.
This is it's great to have an OSHA certified person with you for any kind of holiday.
No,
because
it isn't. They are such a killjoy.
Nobody wants to end up in an emergency room because they have misproperly used something.
But nobody also wants to be bashed over the head every 5 seconds about what they're doing is unsafe. When what's the worst that could happen?
Did he get upset at how the s'mores were being made?
Yes, because he did not think that it would be safe for us to have open Sterno, especially with the fact that it was sitting on a tablecloth that was plastic.
Okay, so he was watching out even with the making of s'mores.
Yes.
He was watching out for the safety.
Now, he ate a s'more, but he just didn't think, he wanted to supervise the making of the s'mores.
I like this.
I don't.
Well, look, you're here
Party
and
pooper.
you are here and you are safe and sound.
I guess.
The party may have been pooped, but
raining all over the parade.
You're here safely.
I guess.
No s'more related injury. I wonder how many people are injured by improper s'more construction.
I'm sure the percentage is very low.
During Independence Day festivities.
I can look at a very, very low percentage of that.
Has your family ever had a make your own s'more table?
No, this is the very first time we've ever done anything like this. My sister came up with it off Pinterest, so we figured, well, what's the worst that could happen? Let's try it, see what happens.
This is thinking outside the box for Independence Day. That really is.
Get a little fun in there.
Now, what about your neighborhood? Because my neighborhood, it sounded. I mentioned earlier this morning. It sounded like things were blowing up in every direction, north, south, east, west.
Yeah.
What about your neighborhood?
No, my neighborhood is actually very, very quiet. Most of the people that live in my neighborhood either work out of town and just kind of come back and forth, or they're just, very sleepy people who quietly go about their business, quietly coming to and fro.
I like that. Sleepy people. I wish I could get some sleepy neighbors.
Yeah. No, you don't. It's kind of boring.
I like that. I'm at a point where I also want to be sleepy. And I don't want any excitement. I would rather have people making s'mores than blowing things up.
Yeah, I think we were probably the loudest people, and we were barely making any noise. It's crazy.
All right, well, Ariel, I'm glad that everything turned out okay, and you were able to tell the story of the OSHA certified safety s'mores. where no one was harmed, even though there was potential for harm due to the improper use of sterno. Now, I couldn't figure out where. I was hearing fireworks in every direction. Every direction. So a lot of celebrating around me. Now, none of it was immediately in the yard next to me, but it was still in every direction. So, and then there was a kind of a replay the next day. A lot of people must have had leftover fireworks, just like Ariel's family had leftover fireworks. We had a lot of that going on. I think I even heard some yesterday afternoon, and probably into this weekend. Because once you get a taste of it, maybe you want round two. All right, we have other things to get to coming up on News Radio 710 WNTM and the Jag. We've got news from Fox and from Darwin, also traffic and weather. All of that is on the way, and then additional show. So please stick with us.
In 2006, Al Gore released his fright movie, An Inconvenient Truth. He warned that unless we adopted a slew of draconian and expensive measures to reverse global warming, we would face a true planetary emergency in 10 years. Al Gore's movie was mandatory viewing in many schools, and it was pivotal in spreading the global warming hoax. 10 years have come and gone, and we're still here. The true planetary emergency turned out to be totally fake. Does that matter to other alarmists? Nope, not at all. Last weekend, the famous physicist Stephen Hawking, smartest man in the world next to Bill Gates, issued his own doomsday scenario, which, like Al Gore's, was all politics and zero science. Professor Hawking claimed that Trump's withdrawal from the Paris Accords pushed the planet toward irreversible global warming. Hawking predicts temperatures on Earth will rival Venus, soaring to 428 degrees. Blaming Trump for the imminent end to human life sounds ridiculous to normal people, but not to those blinded by liberalism. Last month, Professor Hawking accused Trump of being a demagogue. He said that he's afraid he wouldn't be welcome in Trump's America. False and false. Good science relies on evidence, and we get plenty. Doomsday predictions about global warming have been proven wrong. There's not a one of them that's come true. But you always draw the wrong conclusions when you inject liberalism into the equation. Is serious about that. This is absurd.
If you know the value of good machines, then it's high time we got together. We're Bailey Industrial, builders of metal and woodworking equipment. Hard-working machines for hard-working people. We stand behind our equipment and make sure our equipment stands behind you. Offering you the after-sale support you need to keep your shop running smoothly, which means making sure you have what you need when you need it. Typically shipping within 72 hours or less. So whether you're a fabricator or manufacturer of metal or wood products, go to Bailey.com or call 920-MACHINE and we'll send you a catalog. That's right, friend, over 400 pages of what you love most, machines. So whatever you're looking to build or manufacture, do it with Bailey Industrial, the company you can trust to give you the equipment and service you can rely on. That's B-A-I-L-E-I-G-H, Bailey, because if it's worth doing right, it's only right to do it with Bailey. So call 920-MACHINE or go to Bailey.com now and pick up your free catalog.
From the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
The Mobile Bay Ferry System is running on the two-ferry schedule today. Return trip from Fort Morgan will be at 8:45 this morning, accepting trailers and RVs 25 feet and under. No big problems for Bayway drivers this morning. And in Fairhope, Highway 13 still closed at Gayfer. They're putting in a roundabout, a traffic circle there. The work's expected to run through September. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. It looks like carbon copy weather today. What does that mean? Well, whatever you had on Wednesday, That's what you'll probably see again today. Partly sunny, hot, and humid with a high in the low 90s. The heat index goes above 100 degrees, and we're going to see some showers and storms pop up in the middle of the day, and they'll end by sunset. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
A surprising arrest on animal cruelty charges. Good morning, I'm Local 15's Darwin Singleton with this iHeart Radio News Update. The woman who accused others of mistreating animals at the now-closed Mobile Zoo has herself been arrested on animal cruelty charges. Lori Wolting says she stopped working at the zoo because of how badly the animals were being treated, even stepping up to adopt many of the animals when authorities forced the small rural zoo to close. But on Wednesday, Wolting and her husband were both arrested and charged with 13 counts of animal cruelty, mostly involving allegations they kept animals in cages much too small for them. A man who stabbed a woman to death and left her inside a burning apartment scheduled for formal sentencing today. Jamal Jackson was convicted this past March for the gruesome crime, and the jury recommended the death penalty. A judge will make the final decision today. It happened back in 2014 on Navco Road when 26-year-old Satori Richardson was found inside her Chamont apartment. Jackson was caught after a brief chase with police in Gulf Breeze, Florida. A fire at a home on St. Stephen's Road overnight damaged that home and killed a dog, and it was a close call, too, for the woman who awoke to find her mattress on fire. That fire began around 1 this morning and took Mobile Fire Rescue about an hour to put it out. The woman's okay and believes the fire started in her air conditioning unit. News breaks while you sleep, so when you wake, we'll catch you up on what's happening along the Gulf Coast and around the world every weekday morning on Local 15 Today. We start at 5 a.m. I'm Local 15's Darwin Singleton for this iHeart Radio News Station.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president is now on his way to Hamburg, Germany for the G20 summit after wrapping up his visit to Poland, where he gave a speech praising the courage of its people.
There are dire threats to our security and to our way of life.
Saying the West will prevail, also urging Russia to cease its destabilizing activities. This ahead of an expected meeting with the Russian president tomorrow.
It's their very first face-to-face meeting. Clearly, Syria is going to be on the table, as well as Russia's destabilizing behavior. He'll also be talking with Putin about North Korea. The president has said in the past that he would like to have a constructive relationship, more constructive than in the past with Russia.
Fox's John Roberts. And first-time claims for jobless help last week up by 4,000. Our trade deficit narrowing to $46.5 billion in May. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This is Uncle Henry with news and comment. Could yoga be dangerous for some people? I'll tell you after this for SAD Healthcare. SAD Healthcare now offering LSVT, that's research-based treatment for the debilitating movement and voice-related effects of Parkinson's disease. Call 251-343-9600. It's spelled SAAD, sadhealthcare.com. A new study shows that yoga is more dangerous than previously thought for some people, that it causes as many injuries as some other sports. Researchers at Sydney University said that yoga can cause musculoskeletal pain, mostly in the arms, in more than 1 in 10 participants. However, 74% of participants say that yoga actually helps them fight pain. So I guess if yoga hurts you, then you should just do additional yoga. More of me at newsradio710.com.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, ADT helps keep you safe. With security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home, wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling. ADT, home, safe home.
Take care of your skin. See Dr. Thomas Bender at Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. Dr. Bender sees patients in Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. Find out more online at advanceddermclinic.com.
With Quicken Loans, our simple process helps you understand all the details so you can be confident that you're getting the right mortgage. Call 800-QUICKEN or go completely online with Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.23%. Call 800-QUICKEN or get started online at rocketmortgage.com. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
You're home for Rush every weekday at 11. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Again, you can watch on News Radio 710 WNTM's Facebook page. I don't know if you saw the story yesterday. It got a lot of attention, the Amelia Earhart story. That this was on the Today Show yesterday in NBC News, and there's going to be a documentary about it, but there are some people claiming that they found evidence that she did not crash, that Amelia Earhart did not. Now, she disappeared in 1937, and people have speculated that she crashed, although now they are claiming, these people have claimed they now have evidence that she did not crash, that she was captured by the Japanese, and there's a photograph that has been circulated online and on TV with different experts analyzing it, analyzing the people in the photograph, claiming that it is very likely that she's in the photograph and the guy that she was traveling with also in the photograph, and maybe her plane too, that they were captured by the Japanese. Now, I've never been one of the people really fascinated with her story. I'm like, maybe like you, I've been aware of the mystery, have heard of the mystery, but never really gave it a lot of thought. I knew that there were different theories. Our radio station, News Radio 710 WNTM, has a show called Coast to Coast AM, where people go on the air all the time with weird theories. And so through the years, I've heard all kind of weird theories. Yes, there was the theory that aliens abducted Amelia Earhart. Because she disappeared and nobody was exactly sure what happened, she also made her way into fiction, and there have been a lot of fictional accounts with her popping up in stories of fiction. But I've not paid really close attention to the mystery. I just knew that it was a mystery and knew there were several theories. I am now curious. Now that we have the photographic evidence, I am now far more curious than I've ever been before as to why now, in 2017, why is it now that we figured this out, and this wasn't figured out 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago? Or was it figured out and somebody decided that it, for some reason, should not have been publicized? And I guess that's what I don't quite understand is why this would now suddenly be something that would pop up. But there are just so many different rumors and stories about Amelia Earhart, and we may have found the answer.
Light on the accident front. We'll certainly take that any day. Not much on the board at the present time. The Bayway Drive has been very quiet and uneventful, so let's hope that lasts now as we head for the stretch run. The Mobile Bay ferry system operating on the 2-ferry schedule today and taking trailers and RVs 25 feet and under. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. This month at participating Napa Auto Parts stores, Napa Full Synthetic Motor Oil is on sale for just $4.29 a quart. It's quality motor oil at an affordable savings when you get Napa Full Synthetic. General stage pricing. Sale prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees.
Gulf Coast weather from Local 15 and the Kemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Hello and happy Thursday. We've got a quiet start, a warm one, but temperatures will climb into the low 90s by this afternoon. And just like Wednesday, mostly sunny skies early will start to cloud up by late morning as the showers and storms develop, about a 30% chance, and those that develop will move inland along with the sea breeze. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
This report is brought to you by Bonefish Grill. Announcing new summer duos at Bonefish Grill, like the wood-grilled center-cut sirloin and cold water lobster tail, or cod piccata paired with lobster stuffed shrimp, starting at just $19.90. They're only here for a limited time, and only at Bonefish Grill.
We love Nick Saban. Just wanted to get that out of the way. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM, 99.5 FM, The Jag. Let me go into the email inbox. I do have an email that has trickled in. Subject line on the email is, while you were off. The email reads, did you encounter any wonderful pork products? And that email from Mr. Pickles. Mr. Pickles, give my best to Mrs. Pickles. I did encounter some wonderful pork products while I was off. Thank you for asking. I did. Now, it wasn't bacon related. You might think, based on my life history, that I would spend a lot of time with bacon. I did not spend a lot of time with bacon during my time off. What I did spend time with was Conecuh sausage. I did buy one sausage that was not Conecuh sausage, and I was so disappointed that it wasn't Conecuh sausage, I went back out into the world to actually this is not a commercial for Conecuh sausage, by the way. It's just a statement of how I spent my time off. I got some sausage. I determined it was inferior, and so I had to go back out into the world to go get the good, legitimate Conecuh sausage. But I did spend some time with Conecuh sausage. You might be able to tell I'm a little puffy today. Just a little puffier than normal. Speaking of eating sausage, which we just were, in pork products, I did see the headline, low carb diet increases fertility. Low carb diet increases fertility. Now I saw that. I did not click on it, because I don't need to increase fertility. As a celibate male celebrating my celibacy, I don't need to increase my fertility. But I did see that headline that low carb allegedly, people are starting to claim that it does everything now. And I don't know that that's a good sign for low carb. When people overpromise and underdeliver. But I am seeing, so we have the latest news is that it increases fertility. And of course, we've heard that you lose weight faster. We've also heard that it's not, you used to think that it was bad for your heart, and now we found out it's not as bad as we thought for your heart. Some people are claiming that you can live longer. We may be getting to that point that there's over-promising of low carb and under-delivering. Now that headline, though, low carb increases fertility. How many, if you're looking for excuses to eat bacon, if you needed, most of us would not need an excuse to eat bacon, but if you're looking for, there's an additional excuse for you to go after the bacon. Thank you, Mr. Pickles, for your inquiry. We have another segment of show next here on News Radio 710 WNTM and 99.5 FM, The Jag.
Glenn Beck program introduces a new eve.
The eve of global war.
Celebrate with your family and friends. Today at 5, News Radio 710, WNTM.
Smart Home America is a nonprofit set up to help you save money by learning just how to buy the right homeowner's insurance, how to fortify your house, how to be more energy efficient, and more. Learn at smarthomeamerica.org.
At Mercedes-Benz Mobile, servicing the customer always comes first. If your Mercedes is in need of repair or general maintenance, come see us at our state-of-the-art service center on Dolphin Street. Our highly certified auto technicians are equipped with the latest tools and technologies to take care of your Mercedes or any other luxury vehicle, including Lexus, BMW, Audi, and Jaguar. Give your car a little TLC and visit our service center at 3060 Dolphin Street today. Mercedes-Benz Mobile, doing our part to keep you moving forward.
This is Uncle Henry here with Virginia McNeil of McNeil Aaron's Lambert Financial Group. Virginia, when should people start planning for retirement?
Well, Uncle Henry, you've heard the old adage, it's never too late. Well, when it comes to retirement planning, that adage doesn't hold true. In fact, we like to say it's never too early. It's hard for young people to be disciplined and start putting away money that they won't see again for another 40 years. But it's important to have a roadmap to retirement, even if you're only in your 20s and 30s. At McNeil Aaron's and Lambert Financial Group, we have been helping people of all ages for over 90 years, creating their roadmaps to successful retirement.
Yes, for over 90 years, the professionals at McNeil Aaron's and Lambert have been helping their clients with their personal estate and retirement planning. Give them a call at 666-5000. That's 666-5000, or visit the website malfinancial.com. Ed and Virginia are investment advisor representatives with AE Wealth Management. Investment advisory services offered through AE Wealth Management, which is an SEC-registered investment advisor. This is Uncle Henry. I want to tell you about Dr. Thomas Bender and Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. We love living on the Gulf Coast. We love all the fun activities, the fishing, the golf. But years of being out in the elements, well, that can accelerate damage to your skin. That can accelerate the aging process of your skin. Dr. Bender can help you with that. Dr. Bender is a board-certified dermatologist. He provides the latest innovations in medical skincare and cosmetic skincare, and he also has all the latest technology. He's got 3 convenient locations, Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. You can find out more about Dr. Bender and all of the services he provides by going online. The website is advanceddermclinic.com. That's advanceddermclinic.com. You can make an appointment there online, or you can call for your appointment. The number is 251-631-3570. That's Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. Hey, this is Uncle Henry. I want to tell you about a dentist. And here we are on Facebook for the small number of Facebook people. Here's another story I want to discover just between me and you. Let's see. Miss Mississippi is preparing to go to the Miss America pageant.
It's been a busy last few days for the new Miss Mississippi. Ann Elizabeth Buys is preparing for the Miss America pageant in September. But yesterday, she took a break to visit some of the young patients at the Batson Children's Hospital in Jackson.
What do you want to call her? Do you want to call her some kittens, too?
The last 3 Miss Mississippis have finished in the top 10 in Atlantic City, the last 2 in the top 5. So is that a lot of pressure?
It just allows me to shoot that much higher. You know, the ultimate goal is to be the next Miss America.
She's hoping to become the 5th Miss Mississippi to win the title. Randy Bell in Jackson.
So how about that? So Mississippi always at the bottom, but except for the Miss America pageant. No offense to Mississippi. But when it comes to the Miss America pageant, the last 2 Miss Mississippis have been in the top 5. That's intriguing. That's intriguing. Well, I say that is it good to be in the top 5 when pageants like that they're like a dying breed. They're almost like the Barnum and Bailey, Cole Brothers Barnum and Bailey circus. And that one day there's going to be, we're not going to have a Miss America anymore. No offense to Miss America. But those kind of competitions are not considered modern. Maybe that's why Mississippi does good in that particular arena, because it's a throwback. All right, stand by. We go back to radio.
Right now, it's Uncle Henry on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. 99.5 FM, The Jag. The President of the United States speaking in Poland today. He had a press conference this morning, with a joint press conference with the President of Poland. Then he went and spoke to a foreign audience there in Warsaw. The crowd did like him. They chanted his name. He said things that they wanted to hear. Let's see. He praised the tough spirit and courage of the Polish people. And he said the rest of Europe should use Poland and their people as an example of resistance against Russia.
We urge Russia to cease its destabilizing activities in Ukraine and elsewhere, and its support for hostile regimes, including Syria and Iran, and to instead join the community of responsible nations in our fight against common enemies and in defense of civilization itself.
He did talk a bit about fighting terrorism and stuff like that. So he's saying stuff like that about Russia before going to meet with Putin. So that'll be I'm sure, quite an interesting conversation, especially since they've been talked about. It seems month after month after month after month, we've heard stories about President Trump, Putin, Russia, and all of that, and they will finally be getting together tomorrow. So really looking forward to that. And the backdrop should be pretty interesting. I'd mentioned to you that they're expecting 100,000 protesters in Hamburg to protest not President Trump specifically, although I'm sure some of them will be anti-Donald Trump, but anti-capitalist, anarchist type protesters showing up in Hamburg. And in fact, the protests are probably going to make more news than anything that's discussed at the summit. Probably the only two stories out of the summit are going to be Donald Trump meeting with Putin and then the protests. And whatever else is talked about, who knows? You may have to really look deep to find that information, because it's going to be, they've already had to pepper spray, and I think the authorities near Hamburg were using water cannons on people. And the summit hadn't started yet. So that is, by the way, if I were a reporter, I would not want to be assigned to do, I would not want to go and try to cover things like that. I'm not the type that would want to be in the middle of it. Especially if people are calling out pepper spray and water cannons and all that. And then the people that are showing up to protest, a lot of them are the anarchist types that want to tear everything up. Like to throw bricks and bottles and things like that. So not only if I were wearing some type of suit of armor would I want to go into a situation like that. So it's going to be tomorrow. I'm losing my place in the time stream. Tomorrow should be very interesting. The news out of the G20 there in Hamburg. But Donald Trump, popular in Poland, with the people in Poland chanting his name. It didn't sound quite like Lad Stadium, but still nobody was chanting "Build the Wall." At least, I don't think they were. I don't speak Polish. But they were chanting his name. So he has a list of places he can go where people greet him warmly. Warsaw is one place. Ladd Stadium is another. All right, we're just about out of time on the program. Are there any other stories? Ariel, jump on here real quick. Ariel's going to be on 100.3 The Beat, thebeatofmobile.com later today. Ariel, what will you be covering on your show this afternoon? I know you're not going to talk about the president in Warsaw.
No, I won't be.
What will you be talking about?
Unfortunately, the Kardashian family.
Oh, I don't even want to hear that.
You shouldn't. I don't even want to be involved in it, but I am.
I saw what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate.
Kerfufflery.
What?
Flim flam foolery.
What about 50 Cent criticizing Jay-Z's new album?
50 Cent is also struggling to release an album that we care about. You don't really get to talk.
I saw that story.
Right.
That he says that Jay-Z's album is too smart.
Now you see the problem?
Okay,
It's
yes.
like Lizzie Lohan coming to your defense.
Yes.
Do you really want that?
Okay, well, that's this afternoon. 100.3 The Beat, thebeatofmobile.com. Kerfufflery, I believe is what... Ariel threw out a good one there. Kardashian and kerfufflery. I see these magazines when I'm in line at the grocery store that have Kardashians all over them. If they stopped putting those stories in their magazines, would people stop buying them, or would people be grateful and purchase the... I'm just curious how that would work. Are they necessary? Do we have to have them when we're waiting in line at the grocery store? I know I can avoid them on my television, but they're out there, and they're also online. All right, enough said. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching The Uncle Henry Show.